This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, Sam, you can share your screen now. Yep. So in a new browser, click on Anaconda. Click open a new browser. I mean new tab or a new browser. It's up to you.
Mhm.
Uh, Type in Anaconda. So this is an IDE, which I will show you why we use this IDE. Yeah, just enter. Click enter button. Scroll down. You should see a software. Yeah, click on that link. Download Anacondas. That link. Scroll a little up. Little up. Yeah, this link. Now make it full screen. Yeah. Scroll a little down. You don't see the option. 1 second. Just a moment. You'll be online. Just be online. I'm just checking.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. On that screen only, on your screen, scroll
Mhm.
full to the top. You have some enter email, no? Instead of enter email at the bottom, you have a skip registration below that green button on the right side. Yeah. Skip registration is there. Email address it is asking, right? Under that it is asking I agree. Under that it is having a big green button. Under that it is having skip for registration. Yeah, skip for registration. Skip. Next button.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you click on that, you have downloads option. Don't click on that yet.
Mhm.
No. Scroll a little further. Now, basing on your Windows machine, I mean machine type, either it is Windows or Mac or Linux, you can download the installer. So the first option is 64-bit graphic installer. That one you click on, the Windows one. Okay, now it will download. I'll take the screen. We will come back
Mhm.
to your screen once it is installed and we will install this software.
Okay, no problem.
I will share my screen in the meanwhile. So let's get to the topic of Python now. Okay,
Mhm.
Python was initially developed in around 1990s. Okay, but Python wasn't famous until 2010s or something. Okay,
Yeah.
so previously Java was the most famous programming language across, right? Even till today, if you ask me, Java is the most famous programming language, like front end developers and all. The importance of Python is growing because of the back end things that it can do, like a data transformation or building some small visualization things or maintaining some bots. And why it is gaining more importance is because of its convenience of reading the language more than writing. It is like to read Python, it is very simple. Looking at Python program, no, you'll feel it is simple English, or you can read. Even a layman can read a Python program which is already written. Okay, if you don't know anything also, you can read the program. Okay, through some practice, what will happen, you will automatically gain some knowledge, and you will be able to write also. It is not that difficult to write Python programming also. The syntax is very simple. We will see that how the syntax is and all. So this was first initially written by Gudo van Rossum, who was a programmer from Google itself. So he was the programmer who built this programming language, and it has been there from many years. And the first public release, as shown on this PPT, it was done in 1991. And the python.org website. Okay, let me go to that website and tell you what is python.org. It is a free thing. Python is free. Everyone across the world is using this. Okay, and if you are a developer, assume, and you are curious, you want to develop some library. What is a library, what is a module? You will learn everything in Python. I will teach you what is a library, what is a module. Everything will be taught to you. So if you go deep into programming and you learn some, you prepare some modules also, you can contribute to the module, because this python.org, it is like a based on the contributor developers thing, like there is a community within this. So if you develop something, you can develop a module, and then you can contribute also. You can provide it for free. If someone likes your module, they will download and use. How to use the modules and all, I will show you. So python.org is the website, and the community of Python is brilliant. Here you post some question also, someone will answer. Or you have any question in Python, you can Google it, and some stack websites, you will get the answer. Okay, so the thing is, now what is the difference between Python and Anaconda? Why am I telling Sam to download Anaconda? Why not directly Python, right? So what will happen, let me see on my machine whether Python is there. No, I did not install Python. Okay, let me see this. Okay, this is there. So now print hello world. Suppose I write this and I close this. See, this is executed now. Suppose, and then I will write A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, print A plus B. Okay, the answer is 3. Suppose I write some more things like B already I have declared, C is equal to 5, print of A plus B into C. Okay, so now, okay, 3 5s are 15. The answer is populating. But this window, if you see, this is like a pure programming kind of a window, wherein this is a shell, IDLE shell, which is based on pure Python. When you install this software, there is an IDLE shell, and you can write the program here. Okay, we can do a lot of things here only. But the thing is, generally people who learn Python, they don't find this shell to be more convenient. That's why interactive development environments are always good for learning purpose. Okay, either you learn Anaconda, or you use some VS Code, or you use, if you see, if you click on how many are there, PyCharm is there, VS Code, I mean Visual Studio Code, or you use Anaconda, wherein we use Jupyter, or a few organizations use Spider. So we have a lot of IDEs where we can code different programming languages. I will tell you what is program IDE. We will see why Anaconda. Okay, so now when you install Python from this org, python.org, you will get an IDLE. Okay, you can write programs in this. But why not here? Why will we write in Anaconda? I will show you just in some moment. Okay, so now this python.org, if you see, everything will be there here. Like start with a beginner guide, everything, all upcoming events, what is the latest news on Python, what is the latest Python version that is available, why a Python version is important, use Python for what, everything is written here. Suppose you go here, you click on this. So you can build frameworks as Django and Pyramid, micro framework, Flask bottle, and why to use this, like why Python. Okay, all this we will see now. Okay, how to download, suppose you want to download only Python without Anaconda. You can download here. Go to downloads button, Windows, and then you can see basing on your machine type you can download. Okay, if yours is a Windows 64, you can download this, or you have some other machine, you can download like Mac OS also you can download. Okay, so Windows right now the version is 3.1.12.3. You can download this, and here you see Python 3.9 plus cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier. Okay, so always there is a Windows compatibility, or if you are using some Solaris machine, there is always a difference between Python 2 and Python 3. All that we will see as we progress in the class. Any questions until now? Okay, so python.org, this website which I am showing you just now, this website was initially launched in 96 or 97. And Python 2.0. Why am I specifically mentioning Python 2 and Python 3 is Python 2 has had its own significance and it was launched in the year 2000. And today, if you see where we are with Python is we are at 3.12. Okay, we have come a long way. And previously, when I made this, the version was 3.9. So today I'm at 3.12.3. Okay, every time I take a class, the version is already updated, and there are some changes they do in Python. So why learn Python is it is very fun to script this language actually, and you will learn object oriented programming also. What is object oriented programming? I'll teach you, like what is inheritance, what is multiple inheritance, what is encapsulation. All those you will learn in this tutorial what I'm going to teach. And as I told you, it is very easy to learn and it is very powerful. So all the data analyst, data scientist, anything related to data, people are using Python only nowadays. R is also a good programming language, but the thing is, once you learn R, you will be only restricted to statistical programming. Okay, if you want to do some framework or you want to build some small site, you cannot do with R. But the thing is, if you learn Python, you learn some other module, you can do it with Python. So Python is a competitor to Java, but I wouldn't say it is as effective as Java in the front end. But Python is effective in data perspective and high productivity and lot of libraries. Okay. And then why we are using Python is if we have to write some code, you can write it in 1 2 lines or 10 lines. Previously, if in Java or C language it used to take 50 lines or 100 lines, today in Python it will take only 15 lines or 20 lines. Okay, and very easy to learn, very easy to understand codes. And why people are encouraging Python in organizations also is you can share the codes. Like today, suppose Shabarinath is working on a project and he is collaborating with Sam. Suppose Shabarinath is sitting in India and Sam is sitting in USA. So what will happen? They work in different shifts, right? Because of the time zones. So what will happen by the end of the day? If Shabarinath has built until a point in this code, and then he will hand over the task to Sam. Okay, and he will tell, okay, Sam, I have done until this point, and you continue with further. So the coordination between teams should happen. Okay, so that's why the ease of reading the program is has become more important now rather than writing a more effective program, and Python is very effective as well. Okay, so now let me open Anaconda. So you need to type on, click on Windows button, open Anaconda Navigator, click on it. Just a moment, it is opening. Okay. Now this is my Anaconda Navigator. Okay, once Sam also installs this, he will see this. So now, if you see here, what we are going to use for Python is this Jupyter. Previously, this Jupyter notebook was called as IPython notebook, but they have renamed some restructuring, and then they have renamed that to Jupyter notebook. And this Jupyter notebook was bought by Anaconda. Okay, this Anaconda Navigator is an IDE, interactive development environment. The pair itself, the name itself says that okay, you are doing interactively development. Okay, now the thing is, where is the interaction? It is interaction between me and the environment. I will show you that in some moment. But the good part, why am I telling you, is install Anaconda, because you will get a lot other softwares other than Python also. If you see here, now I told you there is PyCharm as an IDE as well. If you see, they have bought PyCharm as well. If you see, they bought PyCharm as well. And if you see, they have PowerShell as well. These are two technical things, but for you, but right now it is not important. They have Spider as well, data lore. If you see, so many other things are there within this environment, and you can use this once you learn this in Anaconda Navigator. And future also, if you are learning PowerShell, you can use this. And if you are integrating something with AWS, you can use this software again. And if you are interested in using PyCharm other than Jupyter notebook, you can use this. If you want to use RStudio also, you can use from here, but we will use Jupyter. Okay, how to launch this is, you can click open Anaconda as I showed you. Go to Windows button, type in Anaconda. Once this opens, you can click on launch. And see, I haven't updated my Anaconda from some time, so it is telling you there is an upgrade available. You can upgrade. I can do. I'll keep it aside now. I can click on my launch Jupyter node. Okay, in the meanwhile it opens. So in Anaconda, what all packages are available? If you just Google Anaconda modules, so it will show you how many hundreds of modules are already present within Anaconda. What is a module? That would be a question for you. We will go over there again. Okay. So now if you see here, and one of the module that we are going to learn in this course is Pandas. Okay. What is the version that is installed also? It is very clearly written in this website. Okay. So the thing is, if you install only Python from python.org, you need to again install the other modules. I will show you how also. But if you want to if you do not want to install any other package, generally Anaconda provides you all the packages in its environment only. Okay, suppose let's check whether matplotlib is available. Yes, it is available. Scikit-learn. See, scikit-learn is missing. Okay, it is present. Okay, scikit-learn is also present. Seaborn, Scrapey. If you want to do some JSON module, yes, JSON module is also present. Lot other things. You will learn one after the other modules, why modules are important. Suppose NumPy. Okay, everything already comes in this Anaconda package. If you guys are feeling overwhelmed by the terminology that I am using, you can ask me. It's not a big thing. I will explain you. It's very simple. And once I clicked on this Jupyter notebook here, launch, what happened? A new Google Chrome page, I mean, because that is my default browser, whatever is your default browser, it will host a page. Okay, here on the top, you see it is hosting a page, local host. That means on my local machine, a local environment has been created, and wherein this Jupyter has been launched. See, right now I did not install the latest version of Anaconda. Still, I am not having the Notebook 7. Okay. So now this is Jupyter Notebook. Okay, in this Jupyter notebook, if you see, I have many other. See, my oldest notebook is 7 years ago when I first installed this notebook. So whatever I mean, when I first installed and I programmed. So now you see, I have these many notebooks already available on my machine. So once I install this software, I write some program using Python. So what will happen? Your Python program is already there on your machine. Until unless you upgrade your Anaconda, nothing will happen. And upgrade also, your notebook is still there. You can go and open your notebook and see. Okay, suppose I want to see my recent most update. I want to open this. Okay, what you just need to do, just click on this notebook. I will tell you how to open a notebook and all we will see on Sam's machine. Okay, I click on this, there is a new page open. Okay, now this ideally, it is good, you can write programs here, but it is not as good as a interactive development environment like a Anaconda or a PyCharm. PyCharm has a darker theme. I would say either you learn using PyCharm or Anaconda. My personal preference for an initial learner who don't know how to program, who are very new to programming, I would encourage using Jupyter notebook, I mean Anaconda environment, because it is very light and very convenient also to use. For a basic layman, this is good. Okay, so as I told you, there are many other interactive developments in the market, like one is Jupyter notebook, second one is Spider, Eclipse, PyCharm, so many other things. But why am I telling you use Anaconda is, if you see here, I wrote a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2 here. Similar way I will write a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2. I will just write a plus b. You see the answer is available. Suppose I declared one more variable, c is equal to 5, d is equal to 7. I will write a plus b into c into divided by d. Okay, I will run this. You see, straight away I'm getting answer. Why I told you, why, like Python is very simple to write the statement that I made, and then it is very easy to read also. Suppose today Swati is very new to programming. She told me, sir, I don't even know programming, I am very new to all this. So I will tell Swati, open this Jupyter notebook. See, in the first line I have written some BODMAS principle. I have written a plus b into c by d. Okay, open the notebook and observe. She will say, sir, you have just written a simple mathematical equation over there, nothing else. Yeah, that's how easy it is. Even the most difficult program in Python, you don't write nonsense, you just go to the point here, wherein you have very less syntax. Directly you can write a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, c is equal to 5, or d is equal to 7, or e is equal to 10, something like that you can write, and you can write a program also. And suppose you want to do sum of n numbers, your n is equal to suppose like 10, and you want to write n into n plus 1 into by 2. Okay, n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, what happened? Int object is not callable. So what happened here? N is equal to 10, n into n plus 1 by 2. Did I do some mistake? Might be a. Okay, hold on. A plus 1, c is equal to a into, sorry, I forgot, I did not write a multiplication by 2. Okay, suppose now I want to write print of c. Okay, then I would like to write now n into n plus 1 by 2. N is equal to 10, n into, I forgot to write the multiplication of that, n plus 1 by 2, sum of n numbers. Okay, that is a simple formula, you don't need to do anything. Like previously, if you recall, if you guys were studying computer science programming in college or school, they would have taught you C programming. They would have said, okay, for defining a variable, you should write instantiate and then you need to mention something like flower brackets. Then you need to go write a is equal to some, I am defining it as an integer, I don't even remember the syntax now, integer, or b is a float point number, and then you should write a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, something like that. It was present in the previous programming languages, but now today you don't want so much of nonsense. Suppose I write a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1.5, c is equal to what do you say, some nothing, 2.3, then you can write type of a, okay, type of c, okay, and I will go here, put a print in front of it so that I get both the results, type of a, and then this is, I will say this is type of a, and then here also print type of c, this is type of c. You see, for this print statement, I got what is a print statement and all. I'll tell you what is the syntax, how do you write, how many types of print statements we can write. All that will be taught. Don't worry. But for an intro, how easy is Python? I'm just telling you. Class of int of a. This is type. I wrote type of a. This is type of a. This is a hard code that I have made so that in my print statement I can read what was a's type. A was an integer and c is a float point number. If you see through 2.3, this is a type of c. And if you write d is equal to true, okay, and then you will write print of type of d, this is type of d. You see, this is a boolean, true or false. So now do you guys also feel, somewhere I feel this is very convenient for data purpose, wherein I can directly write a is equal to b, c is equal to 1.5, d is equal to true or false. I can do imaginary numbers also, and then Python automatically reads the data type within a column. Suppose I write e is equal to Sachin Tendulkar or something like that, and then I say tell me what is the type of e. It will say it is a string. String means a varchar in database or a text field. Okay, so you don't need to define that I am doing something. Basing on the data itself, Python will understand what is the type of the column. Okay, I will stop here. If you have any questions, ask me. Okay, right. So
Do, do,
it is,
do we need to
go ahead.
download Python even if you want to use
I
Jupyter?
will go to that answer now. Once we go to Sam's machine, I will answer you that
Okay.
question. Okay, good question, that was very thoughtful. Okay, now, okay, now I will tell you one thing I will do. What is a list? I did not teach you. I will teach you. But for why am I using Anaconda IDE? Why I will not be using this IDE which is coming purely with Python? Now I will show you. Suppose I am defining a list. What is a list? I did not teach you. I will teach you. But for the purpose, let me show you. I am writing what is a list. Basic definition is elements separated by comma stored within a square bracket is a list. Okay, I am writing L is equal to 1 2 3 4 5. No need of writing L also. I can write, suppose I can write Sam. I can write is equal to 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and then I will say print of Sam. Keep the same like notation whatever you have given. If it is small case, you should keep small case only. Run this. Now Sam is a list. Okay, what all modules are present under Sam? Okay, how do I know that within this IDE? So what I will do, I will do the same thing here. Sam is equal to 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now what I will do, I will execute here. Now I will write Sam dot and I'm pressing tab. So this is also now Now they are giving, okay, what all modules are present here. But here also, if you see, I will go to SAM, I will press a dot, and then I will press a tab. Now these all modules are present under this list type. Okay, this is a list. Let me comment something. This is what is a single line comment, what is a multi-line comment, how to write, should I use single quote, should I use double quote, that will also be taught. This is a single line comment, and this is a list. Okay, the moment I put quotes around, it has turned into brown color. Now that convenience you will not have here. Suppose I will write like this is a comment. You see it is showing in green color. Here also I can write in green. So what is happening? It will become a little like difficult when you use the pure Python IDE rather than a Anaconda IDE or a PyCharm. Now under SAM, I got okay append. Okay, I am taking append. What is append? I don't know. I am very new to programming. Assume that. Okay, what we can do? You can put a round brackets around it, and you can press Shift tab. The moment you press Shift tab, what will happen? You will get a doc string. What is a doc string? How to write your own doc string also I will teach you. Now, what is this list? First of all, we did not learn. I told you numbers or alphabets or characters separated by comma stored within square bracket. We will learn that. Now, simple. Under this SAM, we had append. I took append. I don't know what is append also. What I will do, I will put a round brackets around it. I press the shift tab. The moment I pressed the shift tab, I got a doc string. What is it saying? Append an object to end of the list. Oh ho, I can append some object to end of list. So what I will do might be number 6. Okay, I will run this. Now let me insert a new row. Okay, I will tell you how to use all this also, how you can get familiarized with this. Now what I will do, because I've appended 6, I will run SAM now. You see, because I've run this line 2 times, this this character like 6 or 7, whatever it was, you see it is sitting at the end of the list into this 1 2 3 4 5. If I run one more time and I run SAM, you see 6 has got appended 3 times because I've appended 6 3 times. What is it doing? Append the object to end of a list. The advantage of using Anaconda is you can read the doc strings. What is the object to doing? Suppose under SAM there are many other modules. I will go here, SAM dot extend, insert, pop. What is pop? I don't know what is pop. I will put round brackets here. Press shift tab. Remove and return the index of an item. Suppose I want to remove. I will just write sam.pop. 6 is gone. Now let me check what is left in SAM now. You see 1 6 is out. So what will pop do? It will remove the last element. That's the good part about using an IDE, where in even if you are a layman, you don't know programming, you are very new to Python, what will happen is you can go to you can define a list or a tuple or a set. I will teach you all of those, and then at the end of it you can write once you define it, what you can do, you can put dot and press tab. Even in the pure Python IDE it was showing this. Okay, and now I don't know what is extend. I'll go click on extend, I'll put a round bracket around it, I'll press shift tab. I will read the doc string, extend the list by appending elements from an iterable. So the good part is you can read the doc strings and it is very convenient to code, and there is a different color always. If you see the moment I wrote 1 2 3 4 5, it is turning into green color. Okay, when I'm using a print, it is turning into green color. And see SAM, it is in just the normal black color over here, and then if you see I wrote a comment, it is turning into some brown color. So whenever it is a keyword like a type, or I am typing in some numbers within a list, or you see I am writing true, if I write false, suppose I write is equal to false, whenever it is a keyword, what will happen? This IDE will denote it with a different color. So it is very convenient for a new developer that Okay, it is turning blue color. That means it is some default keyword within Python. I should be careful. Why a you should be careful with a keyword is you should not define. You can write a is equal to, suppose you can write a is equal to 1, or you can write Abhishek is equal to 100. You can write Shabarinath is equal to 150. You can write Swati is equal to 200. You can define. These all are not a keyword. Abhishek is nothing to Python. Shabarinath is nothing to Python. Swati is nothing to Python. So these all are keywords, not keywords. But there are a set of defined keywords within Python like and, or, not, from, import, all this. Suppose I write and is equal to, let me run this line, go to next line. I will write and is equal to 10. The moment I write and is equal to, you see, it is turning into green color. Take some other word like a class. Class is equal to 20. You cannot define. You cannot use these keywords for definition. Never use keywords for definition. What is a keyword? I will tell you. How to use it, how to not use it, also I will tell you. Okay, how to define a variable name, also there is a particular rule. There are pipette standards. Why you should follow pipette standards is your code should always, there is a dev, QA and production, three kind of environments for a software developer. So once you develop, you will move it to QA. Your code will be reviewed. Your pipette standards code score will be calculated, and then finally it will move to production. You should always follow pipette standards. What is pipette standards? Also, I will explain you. So until now, any questions? The convenience of using a Anaconda IDE is, especially for the stock strings, you can go read, even though you don't know what it does. You can go read through it and then try to practice yourself. Okay. Any questions now? Until now? Okay, good. Sam, I want you to share your screen now. Might be you should unmute.
Okay.
Yeah. Go to that downloads folder wherein your software would have been downloaded. Yeah. Double click on that. So coming back to Shabarinath's question, while you double click and open that, you don't need to install Python again, Shabarinath. Okay. What will happen, no, when we install Anaconda only, in the background Python will already be installed. Okay, so no need of installing Python again. The
Okay.
advantage of install, you can click on next button. The advantage of installing all this is, I told you, no, hundreds of modules are already getting installed, so it is
Right.
saving your time. Some module is not missing for you. I will show you how to install a module if it is missing also. It will save your time, so that you need not focus on installing a module again. Click on I agree, Sam. Okay, now see, it depends on, if this is your office machine, assume, might be you will say recommended just me. But if it is your own personal machine, what you can do, install on all users. It's up to you, whichever you want to use, then you can go ahead and use all users. If you are an admin, this is your personal laptop, go ahead, install all users. Click on next.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see any screen. Did you get any screen after this next button?
Yeah, it says, do you want to allow this app to make changes to
Yeah,
your
yeah,
device?
I don't see that. Yes, go ahead, click on yes.
Okay.
Then click on yes, next. So now it is showing, 1 second,
Mm.
it is showing that it is installing Anaconda under C drive program data. Yes, and it is telling it requires a space of 5 GB, and you have 300 around GB. Space is always an important thing, and your RAM also plays a critical role. Go ahead, next button. Now here you see it is telling you I will create a start menu option. Okay, that is fine. And it is telling I will register Anaconda as a system Python 3.11. So now your question, Shabarinath, do I need to install Python? No, it is already taking Python from whatever the version is supported by Anaconda. Right now, when we saw on python.org, the latest version was 3.12, but the most stable version was 3.11. So Anaconda is already installing 3.11 in the background for you. And it is saying the third option is clear the package cache upon completion, recover some disk space without harming functionality. You can enable the third option also, Sam.
Okay.
Then click on install. Now it should take some 5 minutes around. I'll pull back the screen. You tell me once it is installed. Okay,
Okay.
i will
Yeah.
i will show you some other things now.
No problem.
If you guys are not understanding anything, you can just stop me and ask. Don't hesitate, because I understand this is programming, might be it will be new for you guys. Anything, even if I write a is equal to 1, you don't understand, you ask me. Why are you challenge me? Why are you writing a is equal to 1? Okay, that's not a big thing. Now, suppose you have so many hundreds of modules here. Now you just see so many package list is present already, right? Suppose Shabarinath doesn't like installing Anacondas. He says, no, I will do it in IDLE only. This Python IDLE only. How to install new module then? So what you can do, you can click on Windows button, type in CMD. Okay. Either you can, once you type in CMD, you can directly click and open it. Or if you are using as an administrator, this is your personal machine, you can run as administrator also. Any of it is fine. Then Windows will ask you, should I open or not? That screen will not be visible for you. You should say yes. Once you say yes, what will happen? Now you see it is telling C drive Windows System 32 default location. I will say pip install matplotlib. Suppose assume this was not there on my machine. You see, now it is telling pip install matplotlib. Oh, you already have the system requirement. And suppose I will say pip install pandas. Again, it will say you already have this. So let me Google some other new module which has come up recently. Might be Polars. I think I have installed that also. Pip install Polars. Oh, see, I already have it. New module in Python. I don't have a module. Let me show you that. Pip install dbt. Yeah, you see, now this was not there on my machine. So it is telling I'm collecting dbt, downloading dbt, okay, installing requirement, getting requirements to do some background thing it is doing. See, slowly it will install everything for me and it will finish the installation and it will tell this is installed for you. Okay. Now you see there is a procedure. Like I wrote, this is the syntax, Shabarinath or Sam or whoever, Swati. Pip pip Python installation package space install space dbt. Okay. Collecting dbt. So it goes ahead and collects dbt, downloads from the website, and then you see it'll install in the background. Nothing, it's very simple. You don't have a front end for this wherein you go click next, something like that. So everything happens in the background. How do you do that? As CMD, either you use it without administrator or you use it with administrator. Once it opens, you should go and type in pip install whatever the software you module you want to use. Okay. Now
Yes. It's
you
done
want to
download.
go. Okay, one
Yeah.
second, Sam. I'll come to your screen.
Okay.
So, if you don't install Anaconda, okay, pure Python will not give you the modules of Pandas, Streamlit. These many hundreds of modules will not be there in this pure Python. If you don't install this Anaconda, suppose you are learning new some 10 modules, you will be using some 10 modules like request, pandas, numpy, cborn, matplotlib. Suppose you are using dbt also, suppose you are using scikit-learn, suppose you are using tool config, pytz, and flask, django, so many other modules. Suppose django, it's not there here. Flask, let me see, yeah, flask is there. So if you're not having these hundreds of modules, what you need to do every time you just install Python, you need to go manually install yourself, pip install so and so, pip install so and so. But the good part about installing a package like IDE like Anaconda is it is already doing some task for you and it is saving your time. You need not bother about the module until unless it is not there in Anaconda also. Understood, Shabarinath? Why it's better to go for a IDE, or you can use Python. Nothing is stopping you. But there is a workaround. How we need to do that is go to your CMD, pip install so and so. Okay, understood? All of you?
Yes.
So to
Good.
run this pip,
Now,
is there
yeah,
anything
yeah,
this
good
feature?
question. So to run this pip, no, you should minimum have Python. Python you can download from this one. Once you install this Python, what will happen? This pip will automatically come in your machine. Pip means Python installation package.
Okay,
Okay. If you don't install Python, when you install Anaconda, it asked Sam no on the screen. It was telling I will
correct.
install 3.11 for you. So automatically install Python in the background and it will have the pip also for him.
Got it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now there is one more challenge I should tell you. In your office organizations, when you are working, no, they will block from downloading new softwares. They will block it. So if you, even if you, sometimes also they will not give you admin privileges in your office. You have to raise a ticket for it, that I need this module and you install this module for me. So sometimes the IT team, they will not be Python programmers, they will find it difficult. So you should get into a call with them. Some people know it, some people don't know it. So you should get into a call with them, tell okay, I want to install in command prompt, open as administrator. Then you should guide them, boss, I want this. Suppose you want dbt only, you should tell them type in pip space install dbt. If you do it yourself, suppose you get into CMD, but once you type in this, what it will say, I could not download the software. It will show you on your this black screen, it will show you I am unable to download this software. That moment you should understand they have blocked your machine from downloading something. Okay. So in that case, what you should do, you should reach your admin team, IT admin team. They will unblock your machine from downloading from some, I mean, that they will unblock from downloading and they will install the modules for you. That kind of situations will also arise. Okay, where there is a lot of stringent rules about downloading something if you're in some banking or finance projects. Okay, now you can share your screen, Sam.
Yep, sir. One doubt. So if
Go
it
ahead,
is
madam.
Anaconda and Python, so for both these things to install module, this is the command.
Yes, madam.
Okay,
Any
okay,
of
sir.
it, pip install is your command.
Okay, sir. And one more thing. So if we can install this package by inserting comma in between it, or we have to install it by like single module only.
Yes, when you do it manually, you should install everything one after the other like this only.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, you can share your screen, Sam.
You have not granted me
Oh,
access
okay,
to.
I sorry, might be
No
it
problem.
loses every time.
Okay.
Now, okay, click on next.
Okay. Let me just.
Next. Okay, click on finish. You need not bother about this. Hold on. Now, Anaconda will open for you. It is initializing that round thing.
Mhm.
Okay. Here, if you read through, it is telling there is a new version of Anaconda Navigator available. We strongly recommend to update. It's okay. You can say no, remind me later. That's not a problem. Okay. You click on this close button on the top for this Anaconda data. Yeah. Now, if you scroll down, might be your resolution is different. You should see Jupyter Notebook. I think it has gone. Little up, Jupyter Notebook should be there for you. Slowly you do one after the other. Yeah, I saw Jupyter Notebook. Under that Jupyter, there will be a launch button for you. Click on launch button. So in offices, sometimes I face that issue. You can choose Google Chrome and click on always. Google Chrome always. In offices, sometimes they don't allow local hosting also. So you should again reach out to IT admin, tell them, boss, I am using Jupyter Notebook. When I am trying to click on this page is getting blocked. So they will unblock it and you will be able to use, but very rare, 1% of the time only. Now you see Jupyter Notebook is launched. Here right now, I think one beautiful stoop.python 5 months ago, Sam has done it, that it is showing on his screen, a Python simple program. So now if suppose Sam wants to open a new notebook, so what he can do, on the right hand side you see a new button, no, click on that new button. Okay, notebook, first option. Now new Jupyter Notebook is opening for him. So it will ask you, select the kernel you want to run. What is a kernel and all, I will explain you. Click on that drop down, you should see two options, I guess. Yeah, it is showing you only Python 3. Okay, click on Python 3. That's it. Default selection is that only. And then you can say select. What is a kernel? Why is it needed? Should I restart a kernel? Should I stop a kernel? All those things I will explain. Now, Python, this is a IPython notebook. On the browser page, no, you see localhost 48 followed by notebooks, followed by untitled.ipynb. IPYNB stands for IPython notebook. PY means Python, NB means notebook. So now this is a Python notebook which Sam has opened in default. Now this is untitled yet. He has not changed the name. So on the left hand side, Sam, below the browser, Jupyter symbol is there. No, beside that you have something called untitled. Double click
Yes, sir.
on that untitled. Yes. Click on it again. One click. Okay. Now you can rename. Suppose you can say practice and you can give the date 25/4/2024. Whatever you want to name. It's okay. Now you can rename. Click on rename once you do that.
And leave the .ipynb there.
You should always keep it as IPython file. That is a extension for it. Like an Excel file, it will have .xlsx. No, so for this one, it is IPYNB. You can click on rename.
Okay.
So now your notebook is created. You type in that first cell. In that first cell, yeah, PWD, and press on the play button above that. You have a play button just above that. Yeah, that means execute. So if you go to C drive users SAMU, that folder, just click on date modified, sorted by date modified, right, on the top. Yeah, below that only, exactly below that, date modified is, yeah, sort on that. You see the first file, now it is showing practice 2024, which just Sam created. So if you make your screen, window screen full also, now you see that is a Jupyter source file. Okay, that is a Jupyter notebook. Right now he has not enabled extension. That's why it is not showing IPython file. Otherwise it would have shown practice 2024.ipython file. And it was just created just now on his machine at 10:58 a.m. PM for him. Okay. Now this is the file. So if you minimize this window, go back to Python's Anaconda screen. I mean the browser. And no, keep this open. Yeah, this one only. Right.
Mhm.
This, whenever you create a new Python file, I mean new IPYNB for Sam's machine, it will sit in C user SAMU. Okay. So this is the default location for this IPython file. Okay. So now I will stop here today. Tomorrow I will share you one file, Sam. Then I will tell
Okay.
you how to open a file from that particular location. If you don't want to keep it in the default location of SAMU, you can keep it in other location. You can navigate in Jupyter Notebook to that location and you can open the file from there. Now once
Okay.
you open also, now on the top you see file, edit, view, run under that Jupyter logo left hand side. You have file, edit, view, run, kernel, setting, all each and everything I will explain. And below that you have a paste symbol, floppy symbol, plus symbol, cut symbol, everything. See, first of all I will get you used to using this Jupyter notebook. Then we will
Okay.
start to learn the basics of Python. Once the basics are done, we will go to oops concept. Once we are done with oops concept also, we will start with pandas, then finish with pandas. So
Okay.
that is what is the most important thing. But without knowing the basic of a list, tuple, set, dictionary, all those things, you will not understand anything in pandas. So the basic solid foundation, why everyone is learning Python nowadays, is not just for Python. They are building brilliant things using Python by learning new modules on top of it. Okay. So if your basics are strong in Python, you can do anything. You can build a website also. Today, if you see YouTube, there is a lot of Python involved in background for YouTube. Not today. YouTube is there from around 2004. So you can brilliantly build such kind of things over on your own. Okay. We will all meet on again on my Monday morning. Thank you for
Okay.
joining us. If you have any
You are
questions, ping in the group. Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much for helping me with installation.
Thank you too.
Thank you all. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.